Merry Christmas and welcome to my newest project here that I picked up today. And I probably didn't need this project right now, but it came up for sale decently local on marketplace for a really good price, and I just couldn't pass it up. So yeah, this is my new Oldsmobile Jetstar 88 from 1965, and I gotta say I knew nothing, basically nothing about these, so I'm learning. And the interesting thing is my father has a book about with sales numbers and information about old vehicles, and from what we could gather, there were probably only like, I can't remember if it was 2600 or 2800 of these Jetstar 88 convertibles ever made, which would make it pretty rare. But also rare means nobody wanted it when it was new. So yeah, it's rare, but it's rare for a reason. But I think it's pretty neat. And I mean, if you look at it, it's basically everything that everyone wants: a big 60s GM convertible, but also everyone wants Impalas and stuff like that. Nobody wants a car like this, so that was why it was really cheap. But anyway, we're gonna start looking at it here. And the first thing I really liked about this thing, it is very complete. We're missing a bunch of trim, and we have an engine, we're missing transmission, but it's very complete. So that's the one thing I like, because something I realized with projects like my Impala over there is that all of these bits and pieces that you're missing is costing a lot of money to get. You're missing front suspension, a rear axle, a front seat, or whatever. The thousands of dollars racks up pretty quickly. So we at least have all the trim around the window. Unfortunately, we're missing trim here on the hood and the sides. We have a complete convertible top. We have a complete interior in what I would say decent condition. We have a complete dash. I think it would be a nightmare to get a cluster or so for a Jetstar 88 dash. What do I know? But I have never seen one before. Also, I've never looked for one either. So what do I know? We obviously have some rust in the floors, but compared to everything else we're dealing with, it isn't all that bad. So obviously it needs some rust repair in the floor, but from what I've gathered, the frame looks to be in really good condition. And as I said, it's a roller, which is great, so we don't have to look for suspension parts. The bumpers are missing on the car, but I have them here in the bed of my truck. Also got a rust-free tailgate he had laying around for my truck here. And we have this Oldsmobile V8 that was included with the purchase. Probably not the original engine to the car. And in all fairness, I don't think that this is going to end up in the car, because as you can see, we're missing basically everything here in the front. So I think it will be easier to sell this and put in a Chevy small block instead. But we have time to think about that. We don't have to do any decision yet. But I don't think that that thing is going to end up in the car. And something, when I bought this, I didn't get a picture from the rear, but I think they're really cool with the angled tail lights and so on. And it also has another tail light in the bumper, which is pretty cool. So I want to get those on as soon as possible when we start working with it. Unfortunately, the trunk here is a bit rusted, but once again, they've basically taken all the trim from it, unfortunately. But here in the trunk, we have some hood hinges, we have a spare, we have some drums, maybe they're missing. We have some alternators, some engine stuff, not much, an oil pump, some bits and pieces, random stuff, not really sure, some trim, and some lights, I don't know, power steering pump. Maybe we have everything we need for the accessories, I don't know. Bunch of stuff from probably another engine that was in this thing. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I don't think that's the original engine. But we have old jack instructions and stuff like that, and even these cardboard things to hide the convertible top. And I mean, that stuff you don't find on most cars. They have already been removed, so I think that's pretty neat. And as I said, that's really one thing I I like, or the main thing I liked about this thing is just that my kids are playing over there and I really don't want to show them a video. The thing is, I really like the no one has messed with it. It is completely original and most of everything is there. It's only some, as I said, mostly what the most things we are missing are trim pieces. So yeah, I think that is a really good thing with project, because buying like the Impala and you have to buy a rear axle, that's 500 to 1,000 bucks. You need to buy a front bench, that's 500 bucks. A pair of doors, 600 bucks, and those 100 bucks keeps adding up really quicker than you think. So obviously we have some rust in the quarters and stuff like that, but all in all, not that bad. We can do some repairs here, and not really. We have a what is they called, a 10 lug, the Buick Olds Pontiac variant. We have a tank, probably not usable, and if we keep on looking here, also some rust, seems to be a little bit better on this side. We have some, looks like dirt bike tires, but obviously we need some cool rims for it. And I think it's pretty neat that it's blue on blue on blue, blue convertible, blue interior and blue paint. It's really too bad that we're missing this side trim. I think it's gonna be a pain to get a hold of that, but I mean, what are we gonna do? As I said, I like that it's so complete here. We have steering column, we even have keys for it. We have a complete dash, which I think is pretty ugly, but at least it's unique, I guess. And yeah, all doors work. I think the convertible top works, but it has frozen here in the middle, so I can't fold it right now. But something fun, I saw this. Look at this brake pedal. It's so thick. Never seen one like it. But yeah, kick panels like this that are always missing on cars. And obviously it has been imported from the US. It has been in Sweden since 2018. And I have a bill of sale that tells me that someone bought this thing for 900 bucks like 7 or 8 years ago. And my kids are trying to scrape ice from our slide. That's what makes the sound in the background. So yeah, someone bought it for 900 bucks and took it here to Sweden, which I think is like 2,500 bucks or 3 grand to take a car into Sweden right now. And I paid 2,500 bucks for this thing ready here in Sweden. It has changed a few owners here. So the last owner took it in on a trade. So he didn't, I don't exactly know how much he valued it at, but he just wanted it gone. 2 people have said that they were going to buy it, but all of the deals fell through. I've seen this on Marketplace go down and down in price, and eventually it came out for 2,900, and I gave him an offer at 2,500, and he took it, and I couldn't be happier. A proper, I can't say full size, because I'm not sure if this is considered a full size in Oldsmobile terms. From what I've gathered about the Jetstar is that the wheelbase is between a Chevelle and an Impala. So is it truly full size? I don't really know actually, but it's a big 60s GM convertible. So as I said, it has all the right elements, but also it is a vehicle that basically nobody wants. But also I think I really like vehicles that are like that, because I can appreciate them for what they are, and I'm a cheapskate, so yes, that's why I really like them. So obviously we are going to make this run and drive, probably with a Chevy engine and transmission, because I don't think it's going to be a lot easier, and I don't think the person that is buying it is ever going to care about that. So I think it's going to be much better. So obviously engine and trans, and try and make it run and drive as cheaply as possible. We obviously have to do the brakes, but I want to try and do this on as much of a budget as possible. Obviously the biggest thing here is the convertible. We need a new top for it, which I think will be the most expensive thing for this, but yeah, we'll have to solve it somehow. But other than that, I mean, the interior, in my opinion, is good enough. Put in some floor pans, fix some brakes, and then this could be a nice, enjoyable convertible. So yeah, I think it's a really cool car in its own. And here under the hood we have brake booster, we have electricals, we have wiper, we have throttle, we have everything we need. So with all of the other projects I am working on, I would consider this to be a good, easy project. So I think we could make this run and drive and be basically roadworthy in a few weeks. So yeah, we'll see when we get to that. Obviously, we have to get the El Camino out of the garage, and I'm not sure if this is the next thing on our list. And this is the next thing on my trade up challenge, whatever you can call it. We bought the Nova, we sold that, we bought the Mini, and we fixed that, made some profit, and I bought this from the profit, and we have about 900 bucks left, and we can go, that is within the money that we have, we can always put some money on top also. So I think we can make this run and drive for not all that much money. So that's my plans. We'll see what happens with it. But for today, that's all. I'm freezing to death here right now. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll be back to you in a few days.